Please note that all commission members are present except for Mr. Kenneth Rogers at this time. If you would, Commission, you would receive the minutes from our July 24th, 2023 meeting. If you would look over those minutes, and I'll accept the motion.
Motion to accept.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the July 24th, 2023 meeting. Are there any questions? All in favor, raise your right hand. Passes. Thank you very much. Okay, we have on our agenda today, we have old business. We don't have any new business for today. We have 3 items listed, and at this time, we have the staff to come forward if you want to discuss on our, we have a request by Longleaf Engineer LLC for final plat approval of the town's Crossway subdivision.
Yes, sir. So the city will not recommend approving of the final plat, but we do ask the commission to table the final plat until the next meeting. And then in such other business, we would like to discuss holding a special called meeting for this agenda item.
Okay, we'll have discussed that in such other business after we finish this request. Have you ever heard the request for Longleaf Engineers for town Crosswind subdivision to table this request? And I'll accept the motion at this time from the commission.
Make a motion. Second.
We have a motion and a second to table the request by Longleaf Engineer for final plat approval of the Towns and Crosswind subdivision. Are there any questions? All in favor, raise your right hand. Passes. Thank you very much. Next on our agenda, we have a request by the City of Enterprise to adopt and update the version of the Enterprise zoning ordinance. And also we have a request by the City of Enterprise to adopt and update the version of the Enterprise zoning map. Staff?
Commission, so the recommendation of the city for these 2 requests is going to be to remove them from the agenda. The reasoning why is we have some new information that has come available to us that is going to allow us to, that we're going to need to be able to tweak the ordinance as presented to you. And so instead of just trying to lay it over into the next meeting, not knowing if we're going to get that done or not, we would rather just remove it. And then once we know we have a final draft ready for the Planning Commission's consideration, we will submit it to you on that agenda.
All right, thank you. Okay, Commission, I'll take a motion on these separate, and you have heard the request by Mr. Harden on the request by the City of Enterprise to adopt an update version of the Enterprise zoning ordinance to remove this item from the Planning Commission's agenda. And I'll accept the motion.
Motion to remove. Second.
We have a motion and a second to remove from the outer agenda a request by the City of Enterprise to adopt and update the version of the Enterprise zoning ordinance. Are there any questions? All in favor, raise your right hand. Passes unanimous. Also, Commission, you've heard the request by the staff of Mr. Harden, the request by the City of Enterprise to adopt and update the version of the Enterprise zoning map. And request that this item be removed, and I'll accept the motion at this time.
Motion to remove.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to remove the request by the City of Enterprise to adopt and update the version of Enterprise zoning map. Are there any questions? All in favor, raise your right hand. Passes. Thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to call Mr. Harden up front, if I could, please, and we have discussed some other business for the commission.
Yes, sir. So the request by Longleaf Engineering for final plat approval, as we voted just moments ago, to not approve, they have requested a special called meeting to come before the council or to come before the commission. The reason why they're requesting this special called meeting is because they are trying to get on one of the September meetings for the city council. The only 2 available dates to be able to do that and be able to get it on the agenda for a council meeting is either going to be next Tuesday, which I believe is the 29th, be the 29th, or September 12th, which would allow us time to be able to process the Planning Commission's request to the, or not request, but the recommendation to be able to put it on the City Council agenda. So what I would like the Planning Commission to do is to consider a special called meeting for this agenda item, if that either be the 29th or be the 12th. I do believe that Shannon does have some comments on this. Shannon?
Yeah, I went out there today and they do not have, they just started putting base down on the road today. So there's no way they would have all that done because I talked to the Wiregrass. They said if everything goes well, they should be able to start putting down asphalt in the next week. So that would not be able to be feasible for them to put it on the commission to give final plat approval. And also, if they do it at the 12th, they do not have the lift station has not been tested. We have to have time to test this stuff to get back with everybody to join, to make sure everything is right on contingency. If anything we find, none of the lift station has any motors, anything in it, electrical or nothing. So we have even been able to test any of this stuff. So my recommendation is they can need to wait because we need time to.
So your recommendation
inspect everything.
is to wait past the 29th and past the 12th.
If they can get something to 12th, they got, they need to have it done the week before to where we got time to go inspect it.
So what you were stating to the commission is that you don't figure if we decide on the 12th that they won't be ready to come before us at that time.
Not unless they get a lot of stuff accomplished in a couple of weeks.
Clarification. They won't be prepared to come before us, or they won't have it ready to present to the council?
Won't have it ready for us to inspect and bring to y'all.
So what I would recommend to the council, if they would, if they did want to do the 12th meeting, would be to require a detailed schedule of how they're going to complete every one of the checklist items that we need, like lift station, roads being installed, back T-test, all that kind of good stuff. So basically say that we will give them this as long as they can supply us with a schedule of completion. Like, here's how they're going to get it done. This is what day they're going to be doing it on. But you also have to take into account that everything they're doing is outside. Bad weather blows through. That's one of the main reasons why they're behind now is they've ran into a lot of bad weather and they've got put back. They've got put back on this project a lot of times with all the rain and things like that that's blown through. So if the 12th, if the commission so wills, if they want to do a special call meeting on the 12th, I would recommend some type of schedule being submitted to us that shows how they're going to get this done by the 12th. That way we can submit it to you, and that way we're not calling a special call meeting to just cancel it again or have to move it again or something like that.
Okay. Mr. Mott, you had to come.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think what Thomas is proposing is legitimate. This has been up on your agenda for several different meetings that has been postponed due to not being ready for city's inspection, which has to be done prior to y'all having a chance to accept or decline, their motion for final plat. If it is up to you whether you want to call a special call meeting to help that. The city's always taken the approach to do everything we can for people that are developing within the city. I mean, they're investing their private money into doing developments, and we want to do everything we can so they can start getting a return on that money that they have invested in our city. We just want to make sure that it's done correctly, and that when the city takes over acceptance of those, we take on maintenance for the streets and stuff. We just want to make sure it's done correctly. So I think a detailed schedule would make me comfortable. That way we have some smaller milestones to see that we're progressing, that we don't wait up to the day right before it and say we haven't gotten a call yet. But as Shannon said earlier, the pump station's not complete. The pump's not installed. Power has not been brought to the pump station. There's still panels that need to be installed. I went out there today. They're just starting to install base underneath the asphalt, so they're not ready for paving yet. I'm not saying they can't get it done, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And I'd feel better if they gave us a schedule of these are the things that we've got to complete, and these are the things that this is the schedule for getting it done. And I would request, I'd request that, if you call for the 12th, Thomas, 12th is on a Tuesday, that the inspection be done possibly like the Friday prior, because we need to have time to do the inspection, do the write-up, talk to the developer, make sure we're good with making a recommendation for you that following Tuesday. We can't do an inspection at 3 o'clock that afternoon and get everything done for a 4:30 meeting that afternoon. So we'll do our part if y'all decide you want to move forward with a special call meeting on the 12th. And I appreciate, everybody's willingness to try to help developers get these projects across the goal line. Because
If they don't have it done by the 12th, by the Friday before, they just cancel the meeting.
we just cancel the meeting. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
That was my question. Could we set a date? It has to be done and we make the 12th tentative based on that.
Yeah, but my recommendation would be that you go ahead and schedule the meeting for the 12th if that's your desire. And then, Thomas, by that Friday, if we haven't gotten a inspection done or whatever, then we would cancel the meeting is that possible? Yeah, I mean, if we did it Monday, it needs to be early Monday. If they had the weekend to finish up any punch list items, but my worry is we get a phone call at 3 o'clock on Tuesday for a 4:30 meeting. And everybody's scrambling trying to get an inspection done, do the walkthrough, and we walk right out of the field and come right into here. Staff needs time to do our due diligence. So we can do that and just, and we can handle that. Staff-wise can handle that with the developer. I just want to tell you, we'll be pushing the developer pretty hard to make sure we have time to do an inspection.
Yeah, we appreciate that, and I know we want to set a date, and I know all the commission members here, I know they are volunteers on a certain date. We're gonna try to work that out as far as the date. I know
Yes,
we do need a quorum at a certain time, and I understand that we definitely want to help Longleaf and them with getting that set up and not losing money. So I guess with your recommendation as far as the 12th, and I think Mr. Harden mentioned about the 11th, we'll discuss it with the commission, see what's best. But I know the 11th, I won't be in town on that day.
On the 12th or the
But,
11th?
The 11th, 12th, yeah, I'll be back. Come back.
If
But,
I could
we
ask
can
for,
do it. If we discuss it and the commission can do it, want to do it on the 11th, does that come up and they want to agree to that? It'll be no problem.
12,
Let's not
12.
do the meeting on the 11th. It's them do the inspection.
we'll do the inspection on the 11th.
Oh, and instead of the 8th?
And for a, and all I need.
Oh, they'll be finished and you can go out and do it on the 11th.
Yes, sir. All I'm asking for y'all to do is if y'all can set a special call meeting on the 12th, and whatever time y'all determine necessary, staff will take care of all the other details.
Okay.
Just if y'all would consider that, and if that's what y'all want to do to get together, Thomas and I will work with the developer, get all the other details corrected.
You had anything else, Mr. Hartford?
I was just going to say the 12th is your normal Tuesday date, which is why I was recommending you can do it as late as the 13th. That way we can still get it on city council agenda. So if that gives you a little bit more flexibility in the planning commission being able to be here, you could do it on the 12th or the 13th. It's just whatever date works best for the planning commission.
Thank you. All right, Commission,
12.
you've heard from Mr. Harden and Mr. Mott as far as laying this over, and they're recommending the 12th.
Yeah.
Is there anybody on the commission that has another date that they would want to recommend? And as you state at the end, you mentioned the 12th or the 13th. Now, as far as myself, is the 12th. Fox? What date? 12th?
12 is fine.
Well,
All right.
Even if we want to make it earlier in the day.
Then I can meet anytime that day myself.
You're retired.
Whoever have a business might want to.
Me too.
Whatever they can't make it. I can make it anytime.
Let me check
my
calendar.
Your recommendation,
That must say all with
you two are.
earlier the better for me.
What's better?
It sounds good for me. I can make it work.
Is 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock good for you all? No, I know you all have to get in your office and. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'll say that it can be as early as you want it to be. I'll just have to make sure that there's nobody else in here,
Okay.
like court or something like
Yeah,
that.
you can-
So we can set it for 9 o'clock and then maybe just tentatively do it at normal time if there's some kind of conflict in this room.
You got a question?
yeah, so if we do it in the morning on Tuesday and they're going to try to get it inspected Monday before then, if they fail, then we're just going to be running
Well,
up. So I would suggest it be in the afternoon, not the morning, to give them a morning to review their
Okay.
inspections.
Whatever.
I'm coming back in town Monday or Tuesday, sorry. I'll be back.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I can make it work.
So it's regular time 4:30. Is that good with everyone? That way we'll all know at that time.
I'm available anytime on the 12th. So
Okay.
I'll say that.
Okay. So
4:30.
We can go that afternoon. That's fine. I'll make it work.
Okay. All right. So what we have is we will have to accept a motion to have our special call meeting on the 12th of September at 4:30. I'll take a motion.
I make a motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to schedule our special call meeting for September the 12th at 4:30. Okay, any questions? No. Okay. All in favor? Raise your right hand. Passes. All right, thank you. Is there any other thing?
You may recall that we did a rezone on next to Shell Airfield, probably
The storage.
yeah 6-9 months ago, something like that. We recommended approval for a PBD. It got rezoned to a PBD, which means that the development plans have to come before the planning commission for them to review them. And so I just want that to be, so basically come in like a site plan like we do, or just have a little bit more detail. So if anyone needs any help reading the plans or seeing what we need to look at, because this is a first for all of us, I'm more than available to help anybody go through the plans, talk about it, anything else like that. And so basically the purpose of a PBD is if you have a use that may be good right there, so just say storage units, low impact, it's not going to affect the airfield, that kind of thing. We put it in a PBD, that way we don't have to put it like in a B1 or a B3 or something like that. They switch their idea of what they're going to do, and instead of putting storage units right there, they put a gas station or something. So that's basically what we're going to be doing, is reviewing that, making sure that none of that's going to be some way, somehow adverse to either the residential neighborhood that's next to it or the airfield, which it shouldn't be, but we'll make sure that we do our due diligence, go through with a fine-tooth comb, make sure it's good. But if you have any questions about it, I'm more than available to help out.
Where's the location of this?
It's going to be on Shellfield Road, right next to the airfield. So if you're coming from the Dollar General on 27 and you're going down Shellfield, it's going to be on the left side of the airfield right there.
So another question, did we ever get resolved the light issue that the Colonel or General came over that
Yes.
they
So when
can't
we
be going up for the helicopter?
yeah, so when we approved it, it was contingent upon that the lighting not be any adverse effect to the airfield. So basically what they'll do is the lighting will all be projected down, and according to Paul Meisner, who's out there at the airfield with the new night vision systems that they have, light is kind of not as a big problem as it used to be. So as long as we can project it down and we can do that kind of good stuff, they'll still be able to do their night vision training. Won't have any effects on them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Before we adjourn, I'd just like to do something I was planning on doing our last meeting, but we got out. I wanted to welcome Mr. Fox Fleming to our commission. I know when I was going to do this, everybody know him. He's a well-known man, but I still wanted to welcome him to it, so it kind of slipped my mind. I just want to thank you for being on the commission. We appreciate it. We sure do. And thank you all for what you all do. I appreciate that, and the staff and everyone too. So at this time, I'll extend anything else from the commission. At this time, I'll accept the motion to adjourn.
Motion. Second.
A motion and second to adjourn. All in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you.